Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. So, as we are seeing, we are in the now we are studying the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the song of the Lord. Okay, the divine conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna. So that is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. So this Bhagavad Gita is spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. uh, while Arjuna was put into the dilemma state. Okay, so Krishna is instructing him the Bhagavad Gita, correct? So it is only for Arjuna or it is for every one of us?
Everybody.
Everybody, correct? Yeah, it is for every one of us. So it is defining, okay, what is need to be done in our life, like how to live our life. If we get any of the uh, gadget, we get the manual how to operate, correct? The similar manner, if we get any of the how we got this body, we got this life in this particular time, so how to live our life, okay, that is what been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so it is a divine conversation. It is eternal. It is not specific to any particular living human being, or like only for this section of people. No, it is for each and every one of us. Correct. So how to live our life? It is talking about various yoga. What is the meaning of yoga? What is the meaning of yoga?
With God.
Huh? Linking oneself to the Lord.
With
Correct.
God.
Yeah. So linking oneself to the Lord. That is what the meaning of yoga. Correct. So how to link ourselves to the Supreme Lord. That is what this particular yoga is all about. Um so nowadays, like, hey, everyone uh, give their own interpretation of yoga, but the real yoga is how to link ourselves to the Lord. Okay, that is what the yoga means. If we are connecting via our karma, our calm, our activity, then it becomes karma yoga. If you are connecting via our knowledge, okay, then it becomes jnana yoga. If you are connecting via dhyan, meditation, then it becomes dhyana yoga. If you are connecting to the Lord via bhakti, okay, via devotional service, then it becomes bhakti yoga. So that is how the whole yoga been defined. Okay, various section of the yoga been defined in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so this Bhagavad Gita was spoke like a by between Krishna and Arjuna for 40 to 45 minutes in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So it was spoken. This is like around 700 slokas are there. That 700 slokas are like a spread across 18 chapter. That 18 chapter is divided into three section of the Bhagavad Gita. First section is called, what is the first section? Hare Krishna. What is the first section of the Bhagavad Gita? What is
Jnana.
the Karma
Jnana.
Yoga? Correct. Karma
Karma
Yoga.
yoga,
Karma Yoga,
okay.
sorry.
The middle
Hari
six
Yoga,
chapter.
Bhakti Yoga,
Yeah.
Bhakti yoga,
Bhakti
1 to
Yoga.
6.
Very good. The last six chapters are
Jnana yoga.
Jnana
yeah,
Yoga.
Gyan Yoga. Correct. So that is how the whole thing is been defined. Okay. Very good. So this 18 chapter, 16, sorry, three section of the Bhagavad Gita. So now we are studying the, which chapter we are studying? Ninth chapter, correct? We are in the Bhakti Yoga section of it. Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga section. Uh, we are in the Bhakti Yoga section of it. So in that Bhakti Yoga, we need to see how we dedicate our life towards Lord. Correct? So, what is the meaning of bhakti? What is the meaning of devotional service? Can anyone define? What is the meaning of bhakti?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
To give everything or to surrender everything to the God, for my words, it's a bhakti. Like anything you can do, like seva or surrender everything, surrender every result is the bhakti.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So, whatever
All the nine paths of devotion.
exactly.
Sharanam,
Shravanam,
like that.
Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Okay. So,
Yes.
we dedicate all our senses, all our whole life, like, okay, all our time, everything we are dedicating to Lord. That is what Bhakti Yoga. Okay. The Bhakti Yoga starts with simple uh, caring for the Krishna, chanting for the Krishna. Okay, then slowly, like, hey, we will do anything and everything for Krishna. Okay, so that is how the Bhakti Yoga been defined, and it is a easier process to reach Lord. Correct. All the other yogas, Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Okay, all those yogas is as good as, like, okay, reaching the floor 1 to 100 via steps. Correct. One is, it is tedious process, it will take a lot of time, and we never know, like, what comes in between. Correct. When we reach 20th floor, we may be tired, we don't have energy to further go, etc., etc. Correct. Going from the floor, first floor to 100th floor. Correct. It is very, very cumbersome, it is tedious. Correct. But Bhakti Yoga is as good as reaching first floor to the 100th floor in the lift or in the elevator. It is very easy. Correct. Time is saved, our energy is saved, so that we can better use that energy for some other thing. Correct. That is how we need to uh, practice the Bhakti Yoga, because it is easy in this particular uh, Kali Yuga. We want things to be done easily. Correct. So that is what we have to aim for, to do Bhakti Yoga. Correct. So that is what we are seeing in that Bhakti Yoga. We have seen three aspects of it. Correct. Confidential knowledge, more confidential, and most confidential. Correct. Can anyone say what is confidential, what is more confidential, and what is most confidential?
So,
What is more confidential? What is confidential? What is more confidential? What is most confidential? Let's see who can say that. So, confidential knowledge is nothing but knowledge of the body and soul. We are not the body, we are the soul. Correct. To understand that, which is useful for liberation, because many people don't know, like, what we are, and why we are existing in this particular world. They just live for various sense enjoyment and various if you ask, like, if you ask them to define enjoyment, they say, okay, for someone, uh, the for the beggar, like, okay, if you ask, he will say the food is the enjoyment for him. Okay. Or food brings the happiness. uh, for rich people, if you ask, the health becomes the bliss. Correct. Like, being healthy, or like, without consulting the doctor, without having any tablet, like, if you are living, then they are happy. Likewise, each one have, like, their own way of definition of defining the happiness. But the real happiness is when we go and serve the Lord in the spiritual realm, correct? So that is what we need to get out from this material world, because this material world is dukhalayam ashashvatam. It is, everything is temporary and nothing is permanent. Okay, there is no happiness in this particular world all the time. So we need to first understand what is knowledge, what is confidential knowledge. We are not the body, we are the soul. If someone realize this particular thing, then it becomes confidential knowledge. Okay, we take one step in the knowing the devotional service. Then more confidential knowledge is starting with, like, okay, the uh, bhakti yoga section of it, because first six chapters are karma yoga section. It is talking, the seventh chapter onwards, it is talking about bhakti yoga. So in the seventh and eighth chapter, it is about knowledge which brings about enlightenment about Krishna consciousness. So we know, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. But knowing alone will not take us to the destination. We have to do some service, we have to do some activity, correct? Devotional activity. To whom we have to do? To Supreme Lord and his energies. That is what, like, a more confidential knowledge. Okay, the wife loves the children and the husband, but just saying that alone, okay, okay, I love you guys, I love you, beta, I love you, the daughter and kids, like, okay, and the husband. If we keep on saying that, okay, I love you, I love you, but without doing any activity, then they won't value that love, correct? That love has to translate into some service. Okay, I love my son, so that I prepare the food which is very wanted by him, correct? Like a his favorite food I will prepare, so that he is happy. Likewise, like he translate that love into the service. That is what devotional service means. If we simply say, okay, I love Krishna, I love Srimati Radharani, by just saying that without doing any activity, then it is not going to translate into any meaningful manner, correct? For that, we have to show our love or exhibit our love via some service. That service is the more confidential knowledge. Like we have to do the service to Krishna and Radha and, like, his devotees. That is what more confidential knowledge, correct? The knowledge which brings about enlightenment. Okay, the first initial confidential knowledge is, we are not the body, we are the soul. Okay, via that soul, what I have to do it, I have to re-establish my relationship with the Lord. For that, what I have to do, I have to do the bhakti yoga, I have to do the devotion service. That is what, like, been explained in seventh and eighth chapter. If you see in the seventh and eighth chapter, Krishna's energy, okay, Krishna is present in the water, air, ether. Okay, he is present in the sound Vedic Om, and all the other representation, like in and around us, he is present. So we have to realize about that. Okay, we have to connect with Krishna via that particular thing. So that is what more confidential knowledge. Then the chapter 9 talks about the most confidential knowledge, which is, it is dealing with pure unalloyed devotional service and the glories of the Lord. That is what we are seeing. So hope everyone understood this, what is confidential, what is more confidential, what is most confidential, because this is the crux of, like, okay, studying these chapters. Any uh, any doubt? Hare Krishna. Anyone has any doubt, like, or any realization or any points to add? What is confidential? What is more confidential? What is most confidential? Okay, why we have to study all these things? Because by studying only we will be able to understand, okay, what is our relationship with the Lord and how we can re-establish that relationship, correct? And all this knowledge will not be revealed to everyone because it is confidential. Confidential means like it is not available to everyone, correct? It is available only to the chosen people, correct? Confidential, more confidential, and most confidential. So what is the qualification to receive this knowledge? We have to be anasuyave. Anasuyave means without any envy, without any what to say. We should not have any envy to anyone. Okay, and we have to properly, attentively hear what Krishna is teaching. Then only we are eligible to receive this knowledge. Correct? Very, very important. It is confidential and it is not available to everyone. It is available to only chosen people. The chosen people is nothing but they don't have any envy to anyone. Okay, it is anasuyave, and they have to be either devotee of Krishna or friend of Krishna. Arjuna got it because he was a friend. We are getting it via Arjuna and by the mercy of Krishna because we are trying to become a devotee. Correct? So this is very, very important qualification. What is the qualification? We have to be non-envinous. We have to exhibit the non-envinous, as well as we have to be either the devotee of Krishna or the friend of Krishna. Any doubt? Because in the 9.1 itself, it is saying it is Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. It is not available to everyone, correct? Like, see, if you see 9.1, we can talk about years and years, like only 9.1 and 2 itself. 9.1 it is saying Sri Bhagavan Vacha. We know like a why only Krishna can be called as Bhagavan. Can anyone say why only Krishna can be called as Bhagavan? What are the six opulences? Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasriyaha, Jnana Vairagya Yochaiva, Sannam Bhaka. Easy way to remember is Forbes, correct? Forbes. F means fame, O means opulence, R means renunciation, B means beauty, E means education, which is knowledge, S means strength. Okay, this Forbes, all these six qualities, Krishna exhibited full in quantity and all the time, all these six things. That is the reason only Krishna can be called as Bhagavan. So Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Idam tu te guhyatamam प्रवक्ष्यामि अनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसकितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्षेशे asubhat. Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, it is not envious about like a other living entity. It is even envious of like a Krishna also. Because we all are one or the other way envious of Krishna. This point we have seen. How we are envious of Krishna. Can anyone say? How we are envious of Krishna? How we are envious of Krishna? Can anyone say? Because Krishna is the only enjoyer. He is the supreme enjoyer, correct? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sugurdam sarvabhutanam nyatvam mam santim richati. Only Krishna has to enjoy. But what we are doing, we are all enjoying. Rather than we need to serve Krishna, we are enjoying ourselves, we are enjoying our senses. That is the reason we are envious of Krishna. Okay, I shall impart you this most confidential knowledge, the most confidential knowledge. The chapter itself is called as the most confidential knowledge, correct? And realization, knowing which you shall be relieved from the miseries of material existence. We all want to come out from the miseries of material existence, correct? We don't want to we don't want, like, okay, to get uh, trapped into this material existence, correct? The miseries are uh, so much um, in this particular material world. Nothing is permanent, everything is like, okay, misery only. And this material existence, we need to come out from this particular material existence. How we can do that? Only and only by connecting to the Lord via the devotional service, correct? So that is very, very important. So then in the second sloka, what is saying? Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaga Avamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So it is Raja Vidya, it is a king of education, and it is Raja Guhyam, it is the most confidential knowledge. Pavitram, it is very, very pure. Idam Uttamam, transcendental, it is very, very transcendental. Pratyakshaga Avagamam, by direct experience. Dharmyam, it is the principle of religion. The Susukam, while performing, we have to get the happiness, and while performing the devotion service, we will get happiness. So it is Susukam has dual meaning. Okay, one is by performing the devotion service, we have to get the devotional happiness. While performing, also we have to perform happily. Correct? That is what the meaning. It is Kartum Avyayam. It is everlasting. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secret. It is the purest knowledge because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. It is the perfection of the religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. It is joyfully performed, and while performing, uh, after performing, we will get the joy as well. So that is what the meaning is. So very, very important. So likewise, we have seen all these sloka. Okay, what is confidential, what is more confidential, what is most confidential, and what we have to get it, like what we will get it by performing the devotional service, correct? So like Prabhu mentioned, it is the 9 process of devotional service. Shravanam, it is hearing. Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Correct? For each one, Shravanam, who is the topmost devotee, Parikshit Maharaj, because when he was about to die, like hey, when he was hearing the news, he will die by a snake. Snake will bite and Parikshit Maharaj will die. So he knows, okay, he has only 7 days. So he used that 7 days effectively to hear from whom he was hearing. Sukadeva Goswami, correct? Then chanting or glorifying, it is like Sukadeva Goswami is the uh, prime example who exhibited like the chanting or glorifying, because he was continuously speaking the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, correct, to Parishit Maharaj, and Sutta Goswami surrendered the sages. Then remembering like a Prahlad Maharaj, in spite of all odds, like in spite of all the turbulence, like even created by his own father, still he was not, uh, he didn't even move out. Okay, he didn't even question Lord even one time. In our life, if we get any one particular disease or like a one particular tough time, immediately we will question Krishna. Krishna, why you are giving only me the trouble? But at the same time, when Krishna gives us like a opulence or the promotion or etc., at the time we never question Krishna. Why you giving only to me? But Prahlad Maharaj, he was put into so much of difficulty, but not even a single moment like he was questioning Lord. He was always confident that Lord will protect him. Correct? That is the power of like the remembrance of Prahlad Maharaj. Then Lakshmi Devi, like who is serving the lotus feet of Sri Krishna all the time. Then deity worship, like a Maharaj Prithu is like the prime example. Then Vandanam, like a praying Akrura was the prime example. Then Dasyam, like we all know, Hanuman is a great servitor, like to Lord Ram. And Sakyam, like Arjuna is the great friend of like Krishna. And Atma Nivedanam, nothing but like a Bali Maharaj, who was in spite of like his Gurudev is commenting, no, in front of you, like it is not a small Brahmin dwarf. He is supreme personality of God, and only he is going to punish you in great manner. But Sukracharya's comment, like Bali Maharaj ignored, as he told that even if Lord want to play with me like in any manner, I am ready. That is how he surrendered himself to the Lord. So that is the reason like he is the prime example of Atmanivedanam, correct? Complete surrender. So these are the 9 pros of devotional service where we can engage ourselves. In that, Shavanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam is so important, because we need to hear Tashrunu while Krishna is starting the Bhakti Yoga section of its 7th chapter, 7.1, like he is talking about Tashrunu, Bhagavad Gita 7.1. Till now, like Krishna is speaking, Arjuna is listening, but when he is about to start the Bhakti Yoga, he is again asking the attention of Arjuna, Tashrunu. Likewise, we have to always eager to hear, eager to chant the glories of the name, holy name, and we have to remember the Lord's holy name and Lord's pastime. That is how this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, these 3 angas are very important. In the bhakti. That is what we have seen. So we have seen what is more confidential knowledge, what is most confidential, what is confidential, what is more confidential, and what is most confidential, and who can receive this knowledge, like we have seen, and what is the various ways like to get into the devotional service. Okay, the things we have already seen, and this 9.2, which is like this knowledge is the king of education, Raja Vidya, Raja Gugyam, Pavitram Idamuttamam, Pratyakshaga Avagamam Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Okay, so he's glorifying the confidential knowledge, most confidential knowledge, correct? And who and all can receive this, we have seen. The 9.3, Krishna's Achintya Beda Beda relationship with the material world. Krishna pervades, creates, and annihilates like the entire cosmos, although his material energy, through his material energy. Although Krishna is a supreme director, the material world nevertheless moves independently, and Krishna thus remains neutral and detached. Like Krishna always not attached to this particular material world, though everything comes from him. Correct? So he's pervading everywhere, like all beings are in him, but he is not there. I am not in them. Like that is how he is talking. Even in the 15th chapter, also we have seen the material world is nothing but the reflection of the spiritual world. Correct? It is just a shadow, which we can see it in the banyan tree representation, correct, like on the banks of the river, correct. So that is what been said like how this material world been created, and it is the Lord is saying like how uh, he is creating like and maintaining this whole material universe by a Brahma, like a Brahma's lifetime. What is one day of Brahma, one month of Brahma, one like okay, the year of Brahma. So all those things we have seen like in just Brahma lives for 100 celestial year, which is equal to 311 trillion 40 billion years. Okay, that is the time taken by Mahavishnu's one inhale and exhale while he was breathing. One inhale and exhale, that time is equal to 311 trillion 40 billion years, equal to Brahma's lifetime. Are we able to imagine like a how magnitude, like a how great the Mahavishnu is? That Mahavishnu is coming from Sri Krishna. So then we see the potency of Krishna. We cannot we cannot understand who Krishna is. We don't have the capacity to understand or like a capability to understand what Krishna's greatness. It is impossible. Only by bhakti we can experience. Otherwise, from the normal knowledge, we will never be able to understand who Krishna is and what he is capable of. He can do anything and everything in the whole world. Okay, that is the power of Krishna. That Krishna is ready to listen like our chanting, ready to do the service to us. But what we are saying, Krishna, you please wait. I have better job to do. I have something important, and I will come and like do it later. And we keep forgetting. That is how we are wasting our time. Every moment of our time, every lifetime we are wasting. That has to be understood, and we have to close that business like a by just focusing more in the spiritual world in this lifetime itself. Okay, so all these things we have seen. No work can bind Krishna. He is ever detached. Okay, material world working under the direction of Krishna, creation, destruction, like a maintenance, everything like a Lord, how he's doing. And in the 9.11 to 12, he's talking about fools who think Krishna is an ordinary being possessing a temporary form, becomes the atheist, like can defend in their endeavors. And 13 to 15, Mahatmas, like what are the uh, glories of Mahatma, like who will do that particular thing, okay, who will do the worship to Krishna in a perfect manner. That is what we have seen 9.14. What is 9.14? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dhridavradha namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. What is saying? Always chanting my glories, chanting the great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. That is what we have seen. This very important sloka, like a Satatam Kirtayantomam. So always like a chant the glories of the holy name and be connected with like a association and Vaishnavas. That is what help us like to do devotion service in a better manner. Hare Krishna. So with this, I'll stop here. Any questions, any feedback, please feel free to add. And please revise all these chapter and all these concept. Okay, then only we will be able to understand what is the crux of like Bhagavad Gita. Happy Ekadashi also today. Today called us like a Ashadi Ekadashi or Shayana Ekadashi. So Lord will sleep like okay, turn and sleep for next 4 months, which is called like a Chaturmas. So do more devotion service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any queries? If no further queries, the Zoom may disconnect now, and we will meet next week. Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. Have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.